sure to listen to the testimony until the end, since this is a story about hope and rebirth as much as it is about survival. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the everyday videos like this one. The remainder is on you. Listen to it joyfully. My name is Jack, and I serve as a lieutenant in the United States Army. While growing up, I lived in a modest Midwestern town called Elmwood, Indiana. I have always had a strong desire to protect the defenseless and a strong sense of justice, even from a young age. I joined the Army just after I graduated from high school because I felt obligated to do so. Defending a tiny town besieged by the enemy is my current vital mission in the Middle East, where I am serving at the age of 28. As the sun beat down on the settlement, my platoon and I set out to patrol the area. I could feel the crushing heat and the increasing weight of the armor as I limped further. Despite our exhaustion, we knew we couldn't let our guard down. There was an audible and palpable sense of impending doom in every noise. A grenade detonated 10 meters away from us, seemingly out of nowhere. As the bomb broke the silence, a searing pain surged through my entire being. Every sound was muted and everything appeared hazy. Time seemed to have frozen. Out of nowhere, I was lifted off the ground and forcefully lowered back down. The screen went dark just as I was trying to make sense of the terrible pain. Upon reopening my eyes, I saw a shift. The ear-piercing din of smoke and explosions had finally subsided, and my companions' panicked shouts could finally be heard. In the enveloping warmth of the light, I experienced an indescribable tranquility. Upon surveying my surroundings, I noticed that I was situated in a lush field adorned with exquisite flowers and majestic trees. As I raised my eyes to the clear blue sky, I could make out every cloud. There was zero disorder like what I had seen on battlefields. My thoughts were racing as I tried to make sense of my environment when I saw a dazzling figure approaching. There was Jesus with his serene and welcoming countenance. I had never had such a sense of calm before. In that instant, all of my worries and pains disappeared. Jesus comforted Jack by explaining that he was here due to the grave injury to his body. Just a moment, though. This is just a transition, not the end. Concerned? Am I dead? Even now, I don't understand. Leaving my crew is just not an option for me, no matter how hard I try. The moment for you has not yet arrived. Jesus smiled and said, "Nevertheless, I would like to show you something while you are here." I had a recollection of the times I had been an example to everyone around me as a soldier and a friend that came to life as he waved his hand. I could see that my courage and dedication had changed the lives of countless people forever. A storm of feelings swept over me as I watched the visions. On the faces of my fellow soldiers I saw admiration and gratitude, and on the faces of the families I had saved I saw both thankfulness and sorrow. The presence of humanity, sacrifice, and optimism was emphasized at every moment. I realized now that my efforts had not been in vain. As if I had altered the fate of the entire world. "A tremendous impact has been made by your life, Jack," Jesus continued to remark. "Your courageous, selfless, and devoted deeds have touched and saved countless lives. The road ahead of you is far from finished. You still have a long way to go." "Lord, I ask that you show me the way," I pleaded. "How can I do my tasks from where I am?" "Please, Jack, I implore you, return," Jesus pleaded. "Your assignment remains unfinished. The people who still look up to you will find strength in your presence and in what you have accomplished. Stand up and carry on living your life with a spirit of kindness and tolerance." My confidence in my capacity to handle everything was low. I stood there, a wounded soldier. However, I had never before encountered anything like the strength and clarity with which Jesus spoke into my life. Having a firmer understanding of the material was my goal. "My friends, what are you going to do to them? When will this war finally be over?" "This war is a product of long-suppressed anguish and terror," Jesus said, looking at me with sympathetic eyes. "But keep in mind that no matter how small the sacrifice or how generous the act, there will be a reward at the end. You have motivated your soldiers to keep going even when things get tough, and they will back your squad up 100%. "And me?" I asked, my throat tightening in response. "Will these injuries heal on their own?" In a hopeful tone, Jesus promised Jack that he would be well. "You are strong because of your mental and physical toughness. No matter how difficult things get, you will emerge from them more resilient and wise. Helping innumerable individuals will be within your ability. The setting was remarkably peaceful, which was a stark contrast to my many years of military service. Due to the calmness he radiated, I felt at ease and understood while I was with Jesus. While I sat on a smooth stone next to a little brook, Jesus sat down beside me. "Jack," Jesus said, "the light and love that you have implanted into this earth via your soul is truly remarkable. Every kind deed and selfless gift has helped spread positivity far and wide." His words evoked in me a mix of modesty and pride, but I will admit that there have been times when I have doubted that you exist and let my anxieties and sufferings engulf me, Lord. How can I continue to make a positive impact while dealing with these emotional and physical wounds? When Jesus' eyes met mine, I saw an infinite wellspring of knowledge. "You can see your own brilliance through your scars, Jack. Your candor and transparency are qualities that work to your advantage, not against you. When we confront challenges directly, we grow as individuals and enhance our ability to assist those around us." I could relate to his words, and the dispute as well. Just how much longer must this seemingly endless war continue? "Tell me, Matthew, what's in store for my fellow warriors?" It seemed as though Jesus took a big breath to prepare me for a profound insight. "The war will end, Jack, but it will be a long and arduous process. Tragically, many lives will be lost and many more injured. Nevertheless, rest certain that every courageous and compassionate action will contribute to building a better tomorrow. You and your comrades will prevail, and they will hold you in high esteem as a role model. They will use what they have learned from you to their continuous fight for peace and justice." I felt the tears welling up in my eyes. Am I going to be excluded? This experience has left an indelible mark on who I am. Smiling softly, Jesus smiled. "Yeah, I can guarantee you that you'll undergo life-altering transformation, Jack. You will become better. While you go through the long, difficult process of healing, you will find a power within yourself that you did not know you had. You will be an inspiration to many, and your life will have a tremendous influence." In ways you cannot even begin to imagine, his words revitalized my soul and redoubled my determination. I was ready to confront life and new, ready to return to the fray. "I am thankful for this opportunity, Lord. I promised I would do my best to live up to your standards." As he nodded, Jesus' face lit up with a mixture of adoration and confidence. "It doesn't matter how bad things become, Jack. You're never really alone. No matter what, I will be by your side to ensure your success. Go out into the world and be a light." I felt no pull toward my wounded body for what seemed like an eternity. When I regained consciousness, I was surrounded by my fellow servicemen in a field hospital. All of them looked at me hopeful. The path to rehabilitation was long and winding, but I came out of it changed. Jesus gave me a new perspective on the value of giving to others and putting others before myself. Initially, I had a really difficult time. Every time I moved, my body ached so horribly that I felt vulnerable and exposed. But when I blinked away the tears, I heard Jesus' voice telling me to keep going. Matthew remained by my side the whole time, assuring me of my strength and the veracity of Jesus' teachings. The guys who battled alongside me were encouraging and kind. While I was recovering, I had time to reflect on all that had happened to me. I experienced a renewed sense of purpose and a stronger spiritual bond than previously. After great deliberation, I have resolved to establish a nonprofit organization to assist service members and their families. I aim to dedicate my life to this endeavor. Veterans in need found an instant ally in my organization, Voices of Courage. It helped veterans get back on their feet by connecting them with resources including healthcare, mental health counseling, reintegration programs, and job opportunities. My encounter with Jesus inspired me to work relentlessly because I wanted to make a difference. My passion and commitment were visible to everyone around me. Every day, the necessity of living an honest and caring life was called to mind by the afterlife experience. Telling my story to anybody will listen was my way of trying to spread a message of hope and faith. People were inspired to find their life's purpose and persist through adversity by what I said and did. The bonds I already had with my neighborhood became stronger. I was instantly revered as a human hero in Elmwood, the community where I had spent my formative years. I was often invited to give talks at local schools where I could pass on my knowledge and experiences to the younger generation. An example of the power of religion and service, I was changed into a symbol of hope and resilience. So ends the extraordinary story of Jack. The recurring themes of his life, courage, sacrifice, and rebirth, show us that optimism may arise from the unlikeliest of sources. When faced with hardship, his transformation shows how love and faith can change a person. Your thoughts on Jack's story are much appreciated. Can you remember the last time an event changed you irrevocably? Be sure to leave a comment below. I would much value your opinion. Subscribe to the channel for more heartfelt and philosophically stimulating content. I am grateful for your support and hope to include you in one of my future